Hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. Let's get back into it. Alright, so I went through all this last episode. Just watch, go back and look at it if you want to find out what just happened. God. I'm kidding. Yeah, so Democracy. What was I saying? I was saying something about, right, okay, it's been a really long week. New policies. I decided in the last episode that we need to do something about, we're gonna make this country very, very different directions. We're gonna try and get ourselves over here, which will take a long time, but we can stay in office pretty much forever, so I think we'll be okay. We just need to not get killed by the capitalists, so let's try and introduce some new policies that might help things out. So there's a couple of really good ones that I really like to do every time I play, mostly because I know they're going to work. So a good one is this telecommuting initiative. Telecommuting or working from home is seen as desirable because it reduces the pressure on the transport infrastructure and can be an improvement to people's quality of life. It's also welcomed by parents. This policy offers tax incentives to companies supporting this option. So it's good for everyone, except car usage and commuters. But trade unionists will get happy from it, parents will be happy, and commuters will be happy. This is a big policy. It's relatively cheap, and it works really well. What this will do is it'll lower the amount of car usage and traffic congestion, car usage, the need for road building. It'll help the environment, it'll do so much, and it's a really good policy. I think we're also going to do another policy. That's kind of socialism, but like America has it. We're going to do this. The Alcohol Awareness Campaign. Alcohol can be dangerous, even in moderation. To raise awareness of that, this campaign will show all the trouble that alcohol can get you into, from ruined friendships over accidents and addiction to sickness and death. Totally not a happy topic, but it's always better to have your mood dampened by a little now than to stay sober, than to suffer big time later. Definitely gonna implement this because it won't cost us that much, and it'll help us in the long run. Alright, let's go for the next quarter. I really want this to work really well, so I have to do a lot of things that I usually do to help. Alright, so appoint. Oh boy. Appoint UN ambassador. Our ambassador to the UN retires this year, and we need to name a successor as soon as possible. Much will be made of whether we appoint a hardliner who sticks up for the country, or someone more able to compromise. Vicky Barnes, known as a patriot who will fight tooth and claw to get our interests represented in the UN. Seen as a popular choice amongst patriotic and more conservative citizens, she is historically against foreign aid and a supporter of import tariffs. She is not popular internationally. Harold Scott is a popular figure on the international stage, with a reputation for solving difficult problems through compromise and understanding. A true internationalist, he is popular with the liberals and socialists in our society, as well as foreign leaders. Now, we don't want to make a lot of big decisions quickly, so I'm not going to go with my gut feeling, which is to appoint Vicky Barnes immediately. If something like this comes up later, I will definitely appoint someone like Harold Scott. I mean, I would definitely appoint someone like Vicky later, because Vicky is more of a patriotic and conservative, whereas what we are currently now is liberal and socialist. We don't want to do something that's really unpopular. We want to get our popularity up so we keep getting voted in. Then we can make decisions like that and start changing the country more easily. We have a budget surplus of £10 billion. That's really nice. Cabinet is loyal. Polls are good. 46%. That's not bad. I mean, it's pretty good. So the poor are losing their happiness with us, which is understandable. I didn't realize the size changed. Oh, because there's more here. Commuters are happy with us now because they can do stuff like telecommute. Capitalists, they're doing okay. Not great. Probably gonna have to do something with them soon. Middle income is also not happy with us, and poor will soon be not happy with us. So we need to do something about that. Legal aid is good. Because that That'll help our current side and get them happy with us. So let's raise legal aid, because that'll just raise happiness in the sectors that we currently possess in the country. And then we'll need to do something about the capitalists, something that might make them happy. Let's take a look at some new policies. Ooh, gambling. That's a good one. Creates jobs. Legalize prostitution. That's a great idea. Let's do something that will make economy. Here we go. That will definitely not make them happy. Consumer rights. That's not going to help. Not going to help. Although that's a great thing to do morally. Small business grants. That's a good one. We'll do something really inexpensive. We'll do not much, just enough to like help us some. So let's do $3 billion. $3 billion spent on small business grants. I think that'll help because it'll lower some socialism and trade unionists, but it'll help the self-employed and capitalists and increase the GDP. So we just helped the socialists a little bit, but I think that if we help the GDP, we're overall going to do a lot better. So let's take a look at our changes. Because I like to look at this. So violent crime has gone down, poverty gone up, equality gone down, the environment gone up, car usage down, unemployment up, CO2 emissions down, air travel down, oil demand down, oil price down. That's the one we like to see. When oil prices go down, so the car usage generally goes up. But I like when the oil price drops down because I'm only paying $2 for gas instead of $4.50. GDP is tanking, which is not surprising. Private healthcare and private housing are going down. That's what we're gonna have to change later. We want those to go up, and our currency strength has gone down. But we'll want to help that kind of stuff later. So currently we're going the opposite direction towards socialist and liberal. But that's okay. We've still got plenty of time. The good thing you need to do about this is not to rush it. So we're having a stress epidemic. I'm not going to change the work hours. We need to keep the work hours good. And credit rating has gone down because the GDP is tanking and we just went into a budget deficit. So that's not going to change anytime soon. What we'll need to do later is have to deal with some of the money issues. But right now we're okay. We don't want to mess with spending too much. I mean, there's plenty of different ways to do this, like cut taxes and cut spending, but I really want to keep everything we've got in place because it's worked so far. We got 50 political capital. That's a really nice number. We'll probably be able to implement another policy that might help us out a little bit. Something good. Death penalty is not something we want to do. Curfews. We're not going to go severe authoritarianism yet. Private prisons. This is good. Liberals will have ethical concerns about profiting from incarceration, but will still be pleased if spending is high enough to promote rehabilitation. Private prisons could result in lower costs and higher efficiency. Rather than directly control and manage state prison service, this policy allows prisons to be privately owned and managed, and merely paid for by the state. We're still spending, but it might help capitalists. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm not doing that, ever. Torture usage by secret services. Oh, that's a good one for authoritarianism. That'll be fun with America. Welfare, perhaps? Welfare fraud department. Winter fuel subsidies. That'll help the elderly. Rent controls. No, that's... No. Compulsory work for the unemployed. That's just not very popular. Adult education subsidies. This is a good one. A good way to encourage people to retrain and continue their education after they join the workforce. Includes evening classes and distance learning resources. These schemes help raise the overall education level of the workforce. That I like. Let's do that. About $1 billion. That's good. Because that what it'll do is that'll increase our productivity and education. which will help our uncompetitive economy, which is what we're trying to stop at this point. We don't want it to get out of control. We really need the economy to go on an upturn. Right now, we're getting there with productivity has gone up. So with productivity going up, we might be able to get rid of that uncompetitive economy. And with education going up, we might be able to lower this technology backwater and get us really up there. The thing about that is you really have to spend a lot on science. And having a space program is my personal favorite. I'll show you. Having a space program is like the perfect transportation economy. There we go. Best one, but way too expensive. A well-funded space program will boost the level of technological expertise throughout the entire country. It will also unite the country and encourage patriotism. It's perfect. I find it's the perfect program. Unfortunately, when you get, like, it's just too expensive at this point. But if you could dump, like, $30 billion into a good space program, oh my god, it is fantastic. Alright. A swig of water here. Alright, let's get back to it. Economic forecast, global economy is doing okay. We are neither a boom nor bust. That's good. The economy is balancing out a little bit. Extradite terror suspect. A Middle East country with which we have no formal extradition treaty has requested we extradite an immigrant living here to them to face charges of terrorism. They accuse him of being responsible for car bombings in their capital city, but the only evidence they have is the confessions of other terror suspects, which may have been under duress. Extradite him or keep him here? I don't know. Let's extradite him. And this is my reasoning before you bite my face off. It's really risky at this point to start playing judge of everyone. We're not America. And the last time that Britain tried colonialism and, like, control of, like, the colonies, we gave up. They gave up. So, not something I want to do right now. Let's extradite him. We're currently getting 60% of the vote. That's not bad. There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America. Yeah, he's not going to get reelected. Okay, so we're losing a lot of money. A lot of money. So our income has just fallen completely because of our economy tanking. Our relative GDP is going back up. That's good. But it was never that high to start with. But the global economy is doing so poorly. It would be really nice if we can get our productivity up. Because if we get our productivity up, we can basically control the economy. I've done it before with America where I've increased my productivity. And all of a sudden, like, everything, like, even the global economy tanks, we go down a little bit, but we're still making billions and billions of dollars. In this case, it's billions and billions of pounds. But you understand my meaning. I'm shaking the chair a lot to try and emphasize how I feel about this. Okay. Let's take a look at changes. Health has gone up, education's gone up, crime has gone down, violent crime has gone down, equality's going up. See? I know what I'm doing. Unemployment, not so much well, but productivity's going up. What we might be able to do is, the environment's doing okay, we might be able to build more roads. That's usually a good way to get some jobs out there. Private pensions are going down, private schools, everything private sector is going down. That's not really what we want at this point, but see, we're moving a little bit more liberal this way. We're moving a little bit more liberal. I'm pointing at the screen with my hand, and you can't see me pointing to the right, but I'm pointing to the right. At the same... Okay. Alcohol consumption's gone down. Currency strength is going down as well. Tourism's going down. We might need to do something about... formulation's gone up, though. That's good. And racial tension's going down. So we're doing okay so far. Less travel is okay. Let's take a look at crime. Not really affected yet. Alcoholism... Ugh. It's still, like, It's wavering. I don't like that. Asthma epidemic is going down because the environment's going up. Let's see if we can do something about organized crime. Because we're starting to deal with the uncompetitive economy. It's starting to go down because of productivity. And so is the technology backwater. So let's see if we can do something about crime. I think we should raise spending on a sizable spy agency. But not a lot, because we're really dipping into debt. And we don't want to do that too much. At least in our first thing. I'll just raise it to 7 billion. It's a lot. An extra 2 billion we're losing, but it'll take care of organized crime, and the liberals would be a little upset with us, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Democracy 3. It has been brought to you by me. Because who needs advertisement? I do. I'm kidding. Yeah. So, I like this if you enjoyed it. Comment names of future political parties and any tips you might have for me, even though I'm pretty good at this game, even though I suck. And as always, subscribe for more awesome content done by me, CPU Nerd 110. I'll see you guys next time.